Some of the most beautiful celebrities in Hollywood have been the victims of plastic surgery gone wrong. From Jennifer Grey to Vivica Fox, here are the top 20 Hollywood celebrities who ruined their careers with plastic surgery. Number 1. Jennifer Grey. The famous Dirty Dancing actress was known for her unusual nose, which made her stand out from the crowd. But in 1989, after she had already become a large success, she took the decision to undergo a nose operation and made her nose look like that of every other major actress at the time. Unfortunately, her career shrank along with her nose. Even though her nose job wasn't that big of a deal, it made a big difference in how her face looked. She said about the regrettable procedure, quote, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous." And because nobody really recognized her anymore, she didn't have the star power that movies were looking for, and she stopped landing roles as a result. Number 2. Dana Delaney. After being on the hit show Desperate Housewives for a few seasons, Dana Delaney's career went to new heights as it was one of many people's favorite shows of all time. But after the show was over, Delaney decided to try Botox, which put an end to her career. Her dermatologist advised her to try it because he had seen success using it with other clients. But she said, quote, "He injected my forehead, hit a nerve, and made a huge hematoma." And, quote, "The nerve has been dead ever since, and it affected the muscle in my right eye. So my right eye has started to droop a little bit," end quote. Thankfully, she did get back to work in the end, but it took her a while to feel like she could go back on screen. Number 3. Tara Reid. After starring in a few hit movies like American Pie and the Pussycat Dolls, Tara Reid had several plastic surgeries. In 2004, many of her surgeries went wrong, so in 2007, she had to have corrective procedures to fix them. She said in an interview, quote, "I had a hernia. Right next to my belly button, there's this huge bump. I could not wear a bikini because of this. A lot of work was lost." After those botched surgeries, she couldn't get the same high-quality jobs as before, and she was only considered for comedies like Sharknado. In 2008, she said, quote, "Back when I was in American Pie, everyone was kissing my butt. I didn't know how lucky I was," adding that she's afraid to ever have surgery again. Number 4. Reed Ewing. Reed Ewing, who is in Modern Family, had several cosmetic procedures done while he was going through body dysmorphia, all of which he is now sorry for. He told the Huffington Post that after all the swelling from the surgeries went down, the results were nothing like what he expected. He added, quote, "I swore I would never get cosmetic surgery again. Even though I was still very insecure about how I looked, it took me about 6 months before I was comfortable with people even looking at me. I wish I could go back in time and take all those operations back," end quote. He stopped working while he was recovering from the swelling and trying to come to terms with his new look. Number 5. Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna is best known for being on the show Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But many fans of the show might not know that bad plastic surgery cut her career short. We all know that Lisa is famous for her big lips, but in the 1980s, one of her lip injections went wrong and made her look completely different. She said on the Today Show that she decided to get silicone injected into her lips when she was only 24 years old. She also said that it was a dumb thing to do. She said that because her lips were starting to look bad, she had asked her doctor to take out as much of the silicone as possible. Apparently, her big lips cost her a lot of work in Hollywood, and that's why she only ever gets small parts. Number 6. Mickey Rourke. In the early 1990s, Mickey Rourke took a break from acting to become a boxer. He won all 6 of his matches, but he had to pay a high price with his once beautiful face. He tried to fix the effects of his injuries with a series of plastic surgeries, but the results hurt his chances in Hollywood. Rourke was finally able to get rid of or at least downplay most of the bad work he had done. Since then, his career has taken off, with roles in Sin City, Iron Man 2, The Expendables, and The Wrestler, for which he was nominated for a Best Actor Oscar in 2008. Still, Rourke isn't done with surgery. In October 2017, he posted on Instagram that he had had another nose job to fix the first one. Said Rourke, quote, "Now I'm pretty again," end quote. Number 7. Ashlee Simpson. Let's be clear, the biggest reason behind the decline of Ashlee Simpson's career was being busted lip-syncing on Saturday Night Live in 2004, prompting the hoedown that went down in history. The second biggest reason is likely the fact that her subsequent live performances were so lackluster that she got booed by entire stadiums. However, the third biggest reason was quite possibly her suddenly smaller nose. In July 2006, Simpson appeared on the cover of Marie Claire via the Los Angeles Times, preaching self-acceptance. It's a great message, except that soon after the issue hit newsstands, she was spotted with a brand new nose. Number 8. Denise Richards. Denise Richards has done a lot of amazing things. She planned a surprise wedding in less than 48 hours, had a wedding dress made in less than 24 hours, which, if you ask us, is superhuman, and was voted worst Bond girl ever. But she still became a stunning actress, model, reality star, and everything in between. Still, even Richards can experience a bad result from plastic surgery. She told Us Weekly that she regrets getting a boob job. She said that she went under the knife when she was only 19 years old and didn't do enough research on her doctor because she was, quote, in such a hurry to get bigger breasts. The doctor put in, quote, bigger implants than what she had asked for. She had a second breast surgery to fix the problem, but she ended up with implants that were even bigger than before. Quote, I felt very vulnerable. I was getting ready to film Wild Things, and I didn't want to get into a lawsuit with a plastic surgeon. What the doctor did wasn't right, but it is what it is, end quote. Richards finally had a third operation to get the size of breasts she had always wanted. She told Us Weekly, quote, I'm happy with them now, but that could change in a year, end quote. Number 9. Lara Flynn Boyle. From 1990 to 1991, Lara Flynn Boyle was a total heartthrob on Twin Peaks. And from 1997 to 2003, she was just as beautiful on The Practice. But around the beginning of the 2000s, her lips started to look bigger. After Las Vegas was canceled in 2006, she had less work. The actress, who used to be a big star on TV, now only does TV movies and guest roles. She appeared in 2 TV movies and 1 short in 2006, 2 low-budget projects in 2007, 1 episode of Law & Order in 2008, 2 low-budget projects in 2009, and 1 low-budget film each in 2011, 2013, and 2014. Number 10. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim was once rap's queen bee, going platinum with Hardcore and winning a Grammy for her Lady Marmalade verse. Unfortunately, the pint-sized hip-hop powerhouse hasn't had a hit since her 4th album, The Naked Truth, which spawned 1 top 40 single in 2005 with Lighters Up. While some of that could certainly be due to the changing nature of the music industry, as well as her feud with Nicki Minaj, it's almost indisputable that part of the reason the Queen has been dethroned is due to her drastically different appearance. In a 2005 interview, Kim did admit to getting a nose job, then to getting another rhinoplasty after suffering a broken nose at the hands of an abusive ex-boyfriend. But she has denied getting any other work done. Number 11. Melanie Griffith. Melanie Griffith's career was at its height in 1988 when Working Girl got her a nomination for an Oscar. According to the Daily Mail, she started going under the knife in the late 1990s. She reportedly chose to have work done on her lips and possibly a facelift. The results did not make her look like she did before. When Porter magazine asked Griffith through E! News if she knew how much her surgeries had hurt her in Hollywood, she answered honestly. She said, quote, no, I didn't know until people started saying, oh my God, what has she done? I felt so bad. I went to a different doctor and he started getting rid of all the shit that the woman doctor had put in. I hope I now look more normal." End quote. Unfortunately, the crowds of critical people on social media have not been kind. Number 12. Farrah Abraham. Farrah Abraham, who was on Teen Mom, isn't on TV as much as she used to be. This is because she had to get extra work done on her face to fix a very bad surgery. The star went on Botched in 2015 to talk about how badly her lip implants went wrong. She told people that even the anesthesia didn't seem to work right during her first surgery, which is why she went to see doctors Terry Dubrow and Paul Nassif. Her TV career also seems pretty cold. In October 2017, she was fired from the long-running reality show that was her main source of income because she wouldn't stop doing adult entertainment on the side. As for how that fits with her career being, quote, harmed by plastic surgery, a quick look at the other, improvements she chose should tell you everything you need to know about which of those two paths she clearly bet on for her future. Number 13. Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox doesn't say that she lost any specific acting jobs because of her procedures, but she has said that she once had so much filler in her face that she could barely move it. Wait, isn't moving one's face an actor's entire job? The Cougar Town actress told New Beauty that she slowly used fillers, which is why she didn't realize she had gone too far until a friend told her. The Friends star has since had her fillers taken out, but she hasn't ruled out using them again in the future with more care. She seems to have a healthier view of getting older now. Number 14. Janice Dickinson. Janice Dickinson says she was the first supermodel, but there isn't much of the first supermodel left. The brunette beauty said she had a facelift, a tummy tuck, facial fillers, and botched breast implants, which she got fixed on the show of the same name. All of them cost her the following. Radar Online said that Dickinson filed for bankruptcy in 2013. Many of her debts were allegedly to plastic surgeons. Luckily for Dickinson, $1 million of her debts was erased a year later. Dickinson may have made up for the costs of her many surgeries through her career success. In the problematic and often sexist fashion industry, models don't last forever, and Dickinson's age, puffy appearance, and often difficult attitude have made it hard for her to find work. In 20 years, she had fewer than a dozen acting roles, but she has appeared on a few TV shows as herself. Number 15. Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers, a comedian, had been in the hospital a lot. She did it so often that people, especially those who were born after the height of her career, knew more about her love of plastic surgery than her comedy career. Rivers told Anderson Cooper, quote, "I just go in every weekend and do something new. I get a free 10th one. It's like a cup of coffee. It keeps you going." End quote. Even though it was a joke, there was some truth to it, and Rivers' daughter held an intervention because she thought her mother had gone too far with her plastic surgery. Hauntingly fitting, it was complications from an elective surgery that ended Rivers' life, though the procedure was not plastic surgery. Her daughter deemed the issues malpractice and filed a lawsuit, which was settled in her favor. Number 16. Heidi Montag. Heidi Montag lived out everyone's worst nightmare regarding plastic surgery. She died, even if it was only for a minute. Entertainment Tonight says that the MTV reality star had almost a dozen surgeries in the span of 24 hours. These included fat injections in her face, pinned back ears, breast implants, and a nose job. Montag says it was a, quote, rock-bottom moment in her life in an interview with Paper. Montag is now the proud mother of a baby boy, and she says that the later seasons of her reality show, The Hills, which were mostly about her plastic surgeries, are hard to watch now. Quote, "I think going through it at the time was hard enough, and I was just in way over my head. I didn't know what I was in for." End quote. Number 17. Courtney Love. If you know anything about Courtney Love, you know that she has had a lot of regret in her life. The Hole singer and wife of rocker Kurt Cobain has had a long battle with drugs and alcohol use. She also has a tense relationship with her daughter, Frances Bean. Love has said that she changed a lot since she was the face of 90s grunge. They gave her lip injections and did a nose job, but now she says that she regrets it. Hopefully, she feels the same way about her past erratic behavior as well. Number 18. Crystal Hefner. Crystal Hefner felt like people expected her to look a certain way because she was a Playboy model and the wife of Hugh Hefner. She doesn't know what made her want to look a certain way. On Instagram, she said, quote, "I don't know if I felt empowered by dressing skimpily, showing cleavage, etc., or if I just thought it was expected of me or what," end quote. No matter what the reason was, Hefner had a lot of surgeries, which eventually hurt her health. According to In Touch, her breast implants caused her to lose her memory and feel tired, and a fat transfer surgery almost cost her her life. After all the bad things that happened with her procedures, Hefner now goes for a more natural look in real life and on social media. She went on to say that she was worried about who would still follow her account as it changed. Even though she lost fans at first, they eventually came back. So, even though she's no longer a Playboy pinup, she still has fans, just a different kind. Number 19. Linda Evangelista. You'd think that a supermodel would be the most confident of anyone about their looks. Unfortunately for Linda Evangelista, this was not the case. The model, who became famous in the 1990s, had a procedure called cool sculpting, which many people choose instead of liposuction because it removes fat from your body. Some patients are left with a condition called paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, which Evangelista unfortunately suffered. The rare side effects of the procedure left Evangelista with bulges on her body and a desire to stay out of the spotlight. Quote, "I loved being on the catwalk. Now I'm afraid of running into someone I know," she said. Other models from her time, like Christy Turlington and Christy Brinkley, are still modeling to some degree, and we can only assume that Evangelista would be doing the same if it weren't for the botched plastic surgeries. Number 20. Vivica Fox. In the 1990s, movies like Set It Off and Two Can Play That Game made actress Vivica Fox very popular. She got her start on the sitcom Out All Night, which also starred Patti LaBelle and Morris Chestnut. Early in her career, she did some modeling, and she was known for having a sweet, innocent look. It looks like she didn't think that was good enough. She has had a nose job and doesn't mind getting fillers from time to time. This probably hurt her career, though she has been in movies and competed on Celebrity Apprentice since then. She also makes wigs and hair that looks like real hair. Since Fox recently started a social media war with her ex, 50 Cent, it's clear that things are going the way she wants. But in Hollywood, they say that any attention is good attention. Most of the time, a makeover is a good thing. When someone gets a new look, they often feel more confident, attractive, or like a new person. But makeovers can sometimes be dangerous and can make people hard to recognize, which can be a problem, especially in Hollywood, where a famous face is a big part of a celebrity's fame and paycheck. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.